Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deepak, and welcome you in the Bartender Series BKK. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about the champions, but it's just a small industry talk across the border. So, we're going to invite one of our good friend from across the border. Okay, so let me start the our live talk with is some small lines. It's called. Give me a second. I think there's some problem with the network. A second. Okay, I think now the voice is much better and clear. So it's always said that champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, and most important, a vision. This is by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and we also call Mahatma Gandhi in India. So our today's guest speaker is Poch Ancheta from Philippines. He is the winner of Diageo World Class Philippines just now for this year in the virtual way. And about him, he's currently as a bar manager at the Skype Manila, and he have actually many glorious things in his pocket. But before wasting time, because I know we are running a bit short, let me invite Poch Ancheta for this live talk, and let's hear from him, his point of view and everything. Okay, here we go. Hello. Hello, Poch, can you hear me?
Hi man, how you doing? I can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm doing
Everything
good.
good?
What about you?
Good. Doing good, man. Doing
Great,
good.
great, great.
Couldn't complain.
First of all, congratulations for winning the Diageo World Class Philippines title for 2021, and I hope you all ready for
Thank
the
you.
next
Thank you.
week.
Couldn't complain. I think we prepared more than we could possibly imagine. So wish everyone all the best for the finals this next week. Yeah.
Yeah, this next week. So, are you
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah, excited, anxious, stressed, thinking about what could go wrong, what could go right. So, it's something that is I would say it's a happy memory, but also an anxious one. So yeah, we'll see what we get to. Hopefully, everything turns out for the better.
Like I believe that the way you doing, like so far, like as I see the about you, like how you rising from something to now, and now going to represent Philippines again on one of the international competition. So I believe it's going to be something really good.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully, God willing, yeah, everything will turn out to be good, especially in this time. Yeah.
Okay, so before we start our talk, I want to start with my Johnny. If you want to join me, you want to start with Johnny first.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good with that.
So it's
You take a shot for
by
me.
Diageo, Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to, but it's not going to be short. It's going to be a small highball,
Yeah, yeah,
a
go ahead.
small or big
You
highball, you
drink
can
you
say.
drink one for me.
It's for you. It's for you for your victory. And now because you're going to
Thank you.
represent Philippines, You're going
Yeah,
to
yeah. Thank you
represent
so much, man.
Philippines. So this is all for that. So far,
Thank you.
okay, Poch, like let's start with a small introduction section. Can you just share with everyone about little bit about you, how your journey in the industry started?
Yeah. Well, my journey started at during the times that craft bartending isn't uh hasn't started yet in the Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hospitality student. I always have this deep connection with food and drinks. But when I was starting as a college student, I never really know the specific route that I'll be getting into. So as funny as it seems, I started as a nursing student before actually doing the hospitality course, and then after that, it took quite some time. As I mentioned earlier, the demands for bartending were not that great during those times, some 9, 8 years ago. So I had to start at the bottom. Started as a kitchen steward or a dishwasher in an inter-island cruise line, the first ever inter-island cruise ship of the Philippines. I stayed there for like 5 months. I accepted that simply because my goal during those time was to ship and start my journey from there. And I really did learn a lot from people uh, who is surprisingly, I would say, not that academically equipped, but they really know what they're doing. And I credit them up until now. Those guys that were with me in the kitchen, worked my way there. Started as an on-call waiter, and then hoping that I could get that bartending position. So it was hard, and up until the point that I decided to leave temporarily and work as the agent in the Philippines. But I also still have my sights on working as a bartender. So when that came, I immediately grabbed it. Uh, Started as a bartender at small speakeasy, and then after a couple of months, that's where everything changed for me. It happened. I waited for like 3 years before getting that
Hello, Poch.
job
Hello.
cocktails.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and that's where it all started for me. My mentor Jerickson Co took me under his wing and trained me on how to be a leader and how to handle my team. So without that man, I think it wouldn't be possible that I'm here. So I owe that man a lot in terms of developing me and training me, and in turn I think that's how I started my philosophy as well. That pay it forward that I learned from him, I just transfer to all of my trainees and all of my students and staff mates. Don't pay it for me. Pay it to the next job who will be needing it. And I think I'm a proud mentor of my students as well. It gives me great joy of seeing them succeed, and I think it's something that is gratifying in an industry uh, in all aspects, be it you're a chef, you're in the management, or you're in the service. Seeing those guys whom you train and become their own person is extremely satisfying for me. And so I stayed there for 4 years. We managed. I was part of the team that managed to get the first two Asia's 50 best for the curator that time. And then after 4 years, or no, after almost 3 years, I decided to take on the next challenge. Uh, I think I've had enough of the experience needed in working as a craft cocktail bartender, so I decided to seek for my weakness, which is that I don't have any experience for hotel bartending. So luckily, Shangri-La opened up, and it's in BGC, so it's I would say unique in terms of the vibe. It's not the traditional hotel wherein you have to be prim and proper. That hotel, that attracted me simply because they allowed uniqueness and your own vibe onto it. It's not often that you'll see a hotel wherein the lounge ladies have a bright red hair. Your bartenders have a mohawk, earrings and all. It's something new. So I felt that I belong in there, and it took me 2 years after they hired me to open the back room. So so during my times there, I think I've developed all those things that I know that I haven't during my first 2 years. So you have that corporate side. I finally learned that corporate side and combine it with what I have at the curator, which is the craft cocktail. So those two bars really helped me develop into who I am before making my jump into running my own outlets
Okay.
right now with Sky. So it's something for 8 professional years. I would say I truly owe those guys a lot. Uh, so it's something that I truly love and enjoy.
So let me say this way that from your students, like something which you want to do slowly, slowly. Now finally you're doing. So it's make you happy. It just make you happy,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I don't know, but before bartending, my life was, as every Filipino, nine out of 10 Filipino boys would always have basketball as their sport. And uh, I had my dreams before, but suddenly, naturally, I was swayed into the coaching profession of that sport. So, uh, I don't know if, but I think that explains a lot on how I mentored, simply because I already have the background of coaching, whether it's the young division, my same age group, or the higher division. So it comes naturally for me to see those development points and help them improve. So, it makes me happy. That's one of the things in our industry that really makes me happy, mentoring and training, the younger generation, so that, I always believe the next generation would always be better. So it's our job from the previous generation to ensure that, they'll be better and they'll be in the right direction.
Okay, buddy, Poch, as you know, this is the second time we're doing this industry talk across the border, and that's like first
Yeah.
time I did with Rian, and now with you.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank
let's
you.
share so that was 2020. Now this is 2021. During this, like I know we see the news that Philippines again going to the lockdown, the new lockdown, and that things are not so better over there. So for you, how the industry doing there right now? What's your feeling on this?
Pardon, could you repeat that?
I say the how the industry doing in Philippines right now, and how all of you, all the
Right now,
beverage industry.
we're still in lock. Yeah, we're still in. We still have those lockdowns. So
Uh,
there's only quite a few that is operating. If they're Most of them are slowly opening up. So
mm-hmm,
it's a positive. I would say positive outlook that we have right now. Starting from the pandemic 1 year ago, it was really close. I mean, you know, uh, I felt what all of the industry people felt, especially at the bars, because I mean, in the restaurant, I mean, they still have some exception because it's an essential needs. But for the bar itself, I mean, uh, we were closed for 1 year. And, it's kind of hard, especially there's only select bars that has that exception or qualifications to operate. If you're in an open air, if you have those spacious outlets that could the capacity. So, it's kind of challenge for it's a challenge for the last year, and hopefully, with this lockdown easing out, I mean, most of the restaurants are starting to open, most of the bars. So, fingers crossed, it would be a continuous development, and we could get back and stand back on our feet, so that we could do the things that we love and be behind the bar.
I can say hopefully the things it's the same in Thailand, like that we also have the lockdown, And we also going through, like, right now it's a fourth lockdown in Bangkok for 1 month. Hopefully we all go through this thing together. Now it's a very good question I want to ask you. Like, as I see that you also represent Philippines in the other competition, like Monkey Shoulder and Monkey Shoulder cocktail competition and Diageo and all this thing. So how this feeling going to be for you? Because okay, Monkey Shoulder is more about being active, listening everything, and then presenting the drink. And this time the
Yeah.
Diageo going to be the fully
Yeah.
online, or you can say virtually. So how it's make you feel? Hello, coach. Okay, everyone. I think I need to reconnect with Poch. He having some issue with the internet. Just give me a second. Or we can call another expert who we have here.
Hey
Okay,
man, sorry
we are
I got
back.
disconnected. Sorry,
No,
sorry
it's
about that.
fine. It's fine. So, I do you have like, so I was asking, like, being in a competition, like 101, or now being in a competition virtually, how it's make you feel?
With the world class.
Yes, for the world class, because like if you see
I mean,
your previous competitions are like not 101, it was like
yeah, yeah.
it was 101 and now it's virtual. So how it's make you feel?
I mean, it's two different competition, but you know, with this Johnny Walker, Diageo World Class. I mean, I'm kind of familiar with the national stage, uh, simply because you know, before winning, I actually this was my fifth time joining uh,
Okay.
the Diageo. So, you know, I mean, it really is, you know, trial and error, with 90% error. But I mean, you always go with that little success and go on with it. So, you know, it's kind of a challenge, not in the sense that it's my fifth time, but it's the first time being virtual. So, you know, at first, you know, I was kind of hesitant, and you know, I've told Ryan about this before, simply because you know the challenge. You know, I'm kind of hesitant simply because you know virtual challenge might not be in my greatest advantage, simply because you know I want to see people's reaction when I'm competing. I want to see their body language. I want to have that, you know, eye to eye contact just to gauge whether I'm doing this thing right or wrong. In the virtual one, you have to adjust simply because they're just in your screens, and you know you couldn't read them. So that is the biggest challenge that I have going into this year's competition, and you know luckily I was able to adjust. Right from the start. It's kind of awkward at first, simply because you're not looking at anyone's eyes. You're looking at at the camera in your laptop, and you know it's kind of awkward just making sure that your eye contact is in the camera. So you know those kind of things. But you know, I was luckily I was able to adjust uh, before the onset. So good thing for me.
Okay, like your final competition for Philippines, it was virtual or it's on the spot, like 101? Poch,
Yeah.
hello.
Sorry.
I was
Yeah.
asking your competition in Philippines, the Diageo World Class Philippines. It was like virtual this time, or you did like the 101?
All virtual. All virtual.
Okay, So how you did?
starting from round
How,
one.
okay, so how you did your preparations?
So yeah, it was all virtual since round one. Uh, the adjustment really has to be on the timing as well, and how you prep your stuff. Simply
Mm-hmm.
because pre-pandemic, I mean, every competition has their own uh, guys who would assist you and whatnot, who would time you or whatnot. But this one, it really is virtual, so you have to be a little bit cautious about doing your things or doing your setup simply because. I mean, it would still be a deduction regardless if it's virtual or physical. So you have to be really prepped in in in, in this year's virtual competition.
Like, see, let's talk about the world class thing. So I have my friend in Philippines.
Yeah,
Let's invite him also with us to listen his point of view that how much he enjoyed the virtual world class. So Rian, hope
yeah.
you're ready. Let's see what's Rian's point of view on this topic.
Pardon, could you repeat that? Sorry.
I'm inviting Rian, and
Yeah,
and let's see what's his point of view on this virtual world class.
I mean, like as far as I know, I mean, Ryan was really, really pushing it, even for this year, because there was some talks
Hi,
that there
Deepak.
wouldn't be, you know, there wouldn't be one for this year, and he really pushed it simply because there's still a
Hi,
multitude of
Deepak. Can you hear me?
bartenders who really wanted to compete one way or the other, and I think I
I
think that's
wasn't
the one
ready.
that's the one thing
Sorry.
that fueled Ryan to really push it simply because
Hello.
it's the least of our way to express and to show that we're still in this for the even if it's pandemic. I think Brian showed resourcefulness and really determination to make
Hello.
sure that this would happen just for the
Hi,
sake of the
Deepak. Sorry, I
bartenders. And
wasn't ready.
we're really thankful for our brand ambassador because he really did everything in his power to ensure that this would happen from the start to finish.
See, like I
What's
say,
up, Ryan?
let's 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 listen from the Ryan behind the Philippines world class platform who trying his all his hard work to take even in the virtual way he trying to take his hard way to get the everybody on the same platform to present something big. Ryan.
Right. Cool. So first of all, Deepak, I was so surprised that you're going to invite me here. So the reason why I was sort of uh, it's it took me some time to answer your call because I need to put my shirt on. So so, so first of all,
So
it
listen,
was
listen. You can't finish talking about the Diageo Philippines without you, because like you are the
Yeah,
first face of Diageo Philippines. Oh yeah, I can
okay.
say world
So
class Philippines. You are the first face.
okay, cool. But good to see you. First of all, good to see you, brother. So first, it was really hard. It was really challenging as we really postponed last year's competition. So what we did was
Yeah.
just continued the 2019, the most of the 2020 competition, and then we just postponed it to 2021. We wanted to have it like first round would be virtual, the finals would be physical, but it was really difficult since there's a spike of uh, the virus. So at the end of the day, the priority of us in the Diageo World Class is the safety of everyone and health of everyone. Hence, we just turned around and what we did was full virtual. But to the extent that we still want to give the best experience for both participants and of course their uh, supporters. So moving forward, fast forward, we ended up having it virtual and Poch, all of them were great, and Poch, we just have to have one winner, and Poch became our our finalist our for this year, and he was really consistent about it. And congratulations, Poch. Now we're here being interviewed by Mr. Deepak
Yes.
Soni. So
So Poch,
good to see
you
you guys.
have all the responsibility of Philippines
World Class on your shoulder, and you need to make sure that you get a big trophy for Ryan, and you hand it over him like, okay,
Yeah.
Ryan, this is for you
All right.
from
Well, at
Madrid,
the end of the day,
all the way from Madrid.
actually, at the end of the day, Deepak, World Class is just not about me. It's about the community. It's about the bartenders. It's about
Of
us
course.
engaging with the bartenders. It's a Filipino bartending community, and it wouldn't be possible without the help of them and, of course, the Diageo team. And I just want to give shout out to Lester and David, who really helped me during the past competition. So yeah. So now I was listening to your conversation with Poch earlier. I can just tell you that I'm not. You won't see it to Poch, but the stress you'll see it to me because it was really stressful to prepare for this global finals. I'm sure you know we have so many challenges for sending equipments or receiving equipments. We already experienced everything. So, but thank God there are still people who are helping us, and I'm sure now we are focused on just doing the challenges. So I would like to say good luck to Poch, and I'm sure you will represent the country very well. And Deepak,
Thank you.
again,
Thank you.
let's go back to Poch. I'm not really
Okay.
prepared to be part of this. I'm shy, but I just want to let you know that Lester is in the call. So if you want to invite Lester in the call, you may do so. So, Poch,
I love to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for joining us and sharing some
of
love over
course.
here.
All right. All right.
So actually, the best part for me is like, okay, the reason to invite you is like first thing for Diageo, or not Diageo. I use the word world class Philippines. You are one of the face. Second thing, this topic, I say this topic like the industry talk across border. I started with you. We are the one who start talking this thing last year. And whenever I see about this industry talk, so the first country who come in my mind is Philippines. Okay, that's why I'm like, okay, let's invite Ryan, and it's going to be a really nice discussion with you. A little bit
All right.
louder
Nice, nice,
from here.
nice.
Okay, so Poch, let's continue with us, and maybe I will invite one more your friend over here to join
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah. Sure thing, man. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So okay, so the thing is, but like the as Ryan said, like it's very hard for all of you to see like this how
Yeah.
this virtual competition going on. So, and I believe that you're already doing your preparation and you're getting ready for yourself because your final is next
Yeah. Yeah.
in within 4 days, like fifth and sixth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Four,
Yeah,
five,
fifth
six.
and
Yes.
sixth. So how you coping up with this? Are you already on the track and preparing yourself hard?
Yeah. I mean, with this, I mean, it's much more of the mental aspect, I would say, for these challenges. The challenges are really made creatively in a sense that it wouldn't only test your bartender skills, but it would also test your character, your resourcefulness, and all of the things that a bartender, a great bartender. So for me right now, I'm on the stages of simulating all of the things that could happen and all the bad things that might happen. So it's all about being prepared and mentally ready to face all of those questions and all of these challenges during the live global finals. So sometimes my staff would find me deeply thinking. My mind is astray, but it's my way of checking out the X and O, so to speak, the situation also what will happen. So I'm on that stage right now of just sinking my mind into and preparing my mind for the things that might happen for the challenges.
Cool. So see, like what I'm seeing all of you guys, like I think because I'm following because from out of my favorite country, like Philippines. Okay, I'm seeing this also the online competition preparation from India because
Yeah,
Rohan is there, my friend, one of my batchmate Carl is there, who's
yeah.
online, who was like the second runner. He's like the first runner from India. So I'm like this way. I'm asking like, hope you are well prepared enough because now it's just a 3 days, 3 to 4 days to go.
I mean, sorry, who's your friend? Carl Fernandez?
Yeah,
Who's your friend?
Carl Fernandez, Carl Fernandez
Yeah,
from
yeah. I
India.
was I was with him. I was with him in Goa when we did this champions meetup with Monkey Shoulder, and shout out to Carl. I mean, he was really gracious enough to host us, and
Yes, sir.
kudos to him.
He's my batchmate from India. We
Nice,
used to work. We used to study. We are like not from the same college, but we passed out at the same time and from the college.
nice,
And we worked together for almost 2 years.
nice. That's cool. Small world, man. Small world.
A very very small world. Trust me, very small world. So actually, so that's why I'm asking. Like, hope the things are prepared. And like, man, like that's the new way of for the competition. That the once upon a time, all the competition like 101, and now everything is virtual. So something
Yeah,
very very different to say. So that's why I'm asking. Like, hope everything is fine.
yeah.
Okay, now tell me uh, about your industry things in Philippines. How you guys, apart from being at trying to cop up with each and everything and making the things better. Anything new you guys trying over there?
Well, right now, I mean, if one door closes, I mean, we just have to find a way of making another door, so to speak, or go through a window, and uh, I mean, all of us, even in the Philippines, we try to exhaust every other options that we can for the bars and for the food outlets that are open, just to provide service, and make sure we keep afloat. So online deliveries, bottled cocktails, uh, party in a box, those kind of things were really dominant during this pandemic. You know, we couldn't rely on just conventional service methods, and I mean, that resourcefulness and that acceptance of risk, and being a bit of a risk taker, really paid off for those establishments, simply because they still put the outlets out there. So food and beverage would always be a need. Let's face it. So, I mean, once that outlet puts itself out there, I mean, there would always someone who's willing to take that and enjoy that service. It might not be the ones that they're used to, but with the times right now, it's the best option that they can get. So, those kind of things, and I would say uh, service styles were the ones that were dominant in this pandemic.
Okay, like before I invite one of the another friend with us. Okay, I want to ask you one thing. How you feel to represent Philippines on a global cocktail competition now, as virtually? How you feel?
Uh, I mean, I could only speak for myself, and a few good friends of mine in the industry, my brothers. I would say our main goal is just to create a voice out there in the global stage. We're not trying to be, you know, a global powerhouse, so to speak. Philippines would always be a beer drinking country in my eyes, and no one could ever topple that in my eyes. But to provide that alternative that people are learning about, the cocktails, and people are enjoying those. That is the ultimate success for me. Uh, People recognizing that Philippines has a voice in the cocktail scene is one thing that I'm working out. One thing that everybody in the Philippines are working out. And I always believe that we have the best hospitality attitude in the world. So it's just a matter of time that the Filipino cuisine and Filipino bartenders would make their name out there in the global scene, and that's all about that's what I'm hoping, and that's what I want to see in the near future for all of us, so that the younger generation could continue that legacy and make sure that Filipino bartending, Filipino cuisine would be out there together with all the other cuisines, and bartending icons in the world. So that's me. That's the thing that I hope for this competition.
You're going to do, man, because it's just a 3 day away. You can sorry 4 day away from the global final. Best of luck. Now let's see our friend who going to share a stage with you for a moment. and he's going to share a little bit of his experience that and maybe some tips virtually. Lester, what's up? How are you, man?
What's up, man?
Can you guys hear me?
So for everybody in Philippines, I
Looking
don't
good,
need
you
to
guys.
say
Looking good.
who this guy is.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
right? But for me, it was
No,
a
no need for
really
introduction,
No,
man.
man.
yeah. But for me, it was like the really pleasure. Like when I met this guy, met him first time, and when I'm reading about him, and when I try his drink, I'm like, okay, now I need to work something on my sustainability, and this is how I started with something new. Lester, about all to
No,
you. How
that
you feel
this
that
time,
the time when everything is like 101, and
spotlight.
now this is virtually? How you feel? Lester, we lost you. Are you still there? Ryan, you need to send the new data package on the Lester's house. We just lost this guy.
Can you guys hear me now? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, man.
We're trying
All
our
right.
best to hear
Cool.
from you something.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, D. What did you say? Come again?
Okay, buddy. Over to you,
Sorry, come again?
Lester. Okay, how you feel that in your time you were representing Philippines 101, okay, and now this is the time when Poch going to represent Philippines virtually. How you feel and what you want to tell? Say any guiding message to him.
About Poch? About Poch winning?
Oh God. Okay. That's like your time when you are in the global final representing
Uh-huh.
Philippines 101, right? And now this is the time when Poch is going to represent Philippines virtually. How it's feel?
Sorry, I couldn't. I don't understand. Sorry.
Okay, let me try my best. One more time. Let me try my best.
I couldn't really hear you clearly, D.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. That's
Okay. So I was
loud
just
and clear.
asking, like that. Sure. Hello. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that was like your time, like 2018, when you representing Philippines 101 in the final, and now the time when Poch going to represent Philippines virtually. How it's make difference?
Well, Poch has been a really good friend. He's one of the best competitor that I've ever had before, even when I was competing back in 2016 and 2018. We used to compete side by side in the local Diageo World Class competition. And it's been really a long time coming for this gentleman to step on the global stage and show the world what he's got. So I'm pretty sure he can nail it better than anyone can ever do it, just because of the experience and the things that he learned along the way. And now that he's part of the world class champion for the Philippines, I'm pretty sure he can fly the flag high and amazingly make us all proud.
Coach, you have brother on your side. He ready to support you anytime. I can say.
Yeah, man.
Actually,
And
we're doing the finals with him. We're gonna be the production crew for Watch in the
Oh
global
God.
final. So we're gonna have to have
God, Poch, you
100%.
you have a solid production and direction team with you
Yeah,
on
man.
the
Yeah, man.
fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Yeah, me and it's gonna
Like
be. I'm
Lester, I'm
pretty sure it's gonna be me, Ken, and David, along with Ryan. So all,
Yeah, yeah.
mostly all of the winners, all of the past mostly the past winners are gonna have.
that's cool. Lester, I'm really sorry. I just invite you just like that,
No,
but I
it's
just want
fine.
to.
He
I
just
just
messaged
want
me
to
like, get
share.
ready in 10 minutes. I was like, I'm not ready.
Yeah,
It's so good to see you.
because
So good to see you.
I just want like two friends on one side to share something which they love. That is what I want. Because like I met you, I met Ryan, and now we are waiting for Post to fly once everything is okay,
Yeah,
and hopefully the time comes soon.
we're gonna come with him. We're gonna go
I
to
Yeah,
sure.
man.
fine.
Okay, so like Lester, if I say like when you were listening from the Ryan and when you seeing this thing, that it's going to be the virtual cocktail competition.
Yeah.
How it make you feel, because you are like 101 in the competition, now
Yeah,
it's like online, so how it make you feel?
it's really. I guess it's gonna be totally different. Of course, there's nothing quite like doing everything physical. Like you see people, you meet all these bartenders, all your competitors in flesh, all your idols that you can see as your judges. Um, it's totally different. I think no virtual program can ever replicate that. But with World Class doing everything to make sure that everything goes really smoothly in the virtual competition and in the global finals, I guess we're on to something great and something different.
So like what I feel like with the help of like
next week. So be ready for the final. And Lester, thank you very much for joining us. And I will catch you real soon.
No worries, man.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you,
Bye.
brother. I'll see you soon. I'll see you, Poch,
Thanks, champ. Thanks,
on
champ.
again.
Thanks,
See
man.
you.
So, Coach, like what? This is the same thing what we are talking. Like, okay. So like being 101 now virtual thing. I hope the things will be like much better when you have your friends on your side. Let's talk about the. Let's leave the world class on one side. Let's talk about the like how you coping up. So apart from how you mentioned with me that you guys are trying your best to coping up with the current situation and waiting for the all the whole market to open up. But what do you think? How the situation is going to be once everything is open?
Uh, could you repeat that, Diva? Sorry.
I'm just asking like how what do you think everything going to be once the market is open or once the bar industry back in normal?
Oh, I mean, right now we're kind of experiencing it the first wave. When the restriction got a little bit loose, you know, people have been waiting for too long to enjoy and indulge themselves outside. So, uh, surprisingly, when we were anticipating that, there'd be more people visiting the bar, the first thing that happened was most of the people decided to, have a vacation, in the beach, in the islands, just so they could stress their minds, and, right now they're coming along slowly. So, if hoping, with fingers crossed, if everything goes well as the plan, and, we had, or we could find that proper solution to combating this pandemic, I think, you know, that whole industry would really have that revival, or we will have that resurgence once again, because people would be more secure in going out, and people would be, people miss the nightlife. Let's face it. It's been a year that no one has been drinking, or if they are drinking, it's not to the same way that they were drinking before. So they're looking for that experience, and once we have that security, I think it would be just like uh, pre-pandemic. But think hopefully people would be more cautious right now, and uh, would learn from this experience so that it wouldn't happen again. So yeah, I think I'm pretty optimistic about the chances that we'll be getting back up on our feet, and people would start enjoying the bars night in and night out.
Is there like a same like Thailand and other countries, not especially like I can say Thailand and Singapore? Is there a lot of home delivery services and like home delivery service of the
Yes.
food and the beverage going on in the Philippines?
For the food, yes, yes, essentially. But for the drinks, uh, I would say the first part of the pandemic, and then just right now, simply because it's kind of loose. The restriction has been lowered down, so people could enjoy it. There's some resurgence of that cocktail delivery on the go, so it's a good sign. And then right now, it's a combination of them ordering those drinks, or they're going out even with those socially distanced parameters, and all of this face mask facials requirement. I mean, some of them are you could see that increase in numbers, especially with the vaccine program going on. Hopefully they could hasten up those vaccine programs, so that every country is just looking for that herd immunity. I mean, there would be more variants that will be coming, but at least if we could just be sure that in ourselves that we have those vaccines, just to make sure that we have the best chance of surviving this. Then I think the next thing that would follow through is people going out and enjoying. So yeah.
Cool. And Poch, like not taking so long, just want to ask you one last thing, that everything okay with you and your family? Is everything okay with you and your family? I think no.
Is everything okay with me?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, could never be more than thankful for the things that has been happening for me. You know, as long as my family is safe, and I have a job that I could go in every day. I mean, I'm all good for it. We just need to roll with the punches, and that's all that I could do. That's all that we could ever do. Just roll with the punches and make sure that we get to fight another day. So as long as we have that family of ours, and our inspiration, I'm optimistic we'll be able to survive this. So yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Thank you for asking.
That's great, man. Nothing much for my side at the moment, but thank you very much for giving me your time and sharing with us a little bit things like how you coping up with the current situation and how you were getting ready for the final. From my side and from everyone from Thailand side, I can say best of luck for your final. Okay,
Thank
and
you.
we're going to see you live, and we're going to pray for you that you at least
Thank you so
make
much.
everybody your country proud, and best
Yeah,
of luck.
will try my very best, man. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure
Thank you,
for
buddy.
inviting. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. My pleasure. Bye bye, buddy.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Ingat. Have a
Yeah.
have a good day, man. Thank you.
One thing. We have one question for
Oh
you.
yeah.
I will just pin it out. Maybe if you want to, if you can want to answer, or maybe Ryan want to answer, or let to anyone. Like, what's the on trend like in Philippines?
Yeah.
Which kind of trends going on in the Philippines right now?
What was the question? What was the question, man?
You can see it's on the screen. What's the on trend
This
like in
what's the on
Philippines
trade
right
like
now?
in the Philippines?
Yes.
On trade like okay. I mean, on trade right now, they're slowly recovering.
Or maybe I can express this thing. I think the Paul want to ask that which kind of things people are copying up right now. They are more into the drinking at home, or ordering the cocktails, or just going more on the healthy drinks kind of things. I'm not sure. I think we lost Poch at the moment, but I think Paul, I love to your answer. I love to answer your question, and I will ask this question with Ryan and Lester, and I'll share with you real soon on Facebook with the live video of this. And I just say thank you everyone for joining this live industry talk with the Poch, and we wish best of luck for him for the global final, which is next week. Try to support your team. There's like 50 countries, 50 bartenders who represent their countries online, and we see who take the crown of world class bartender of 2021. Last one, this was our favorite from Singapore. You all know Penny Kang. So thank you very much for joining. And you can support us by like, share, and subscribe on our Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you very much.